Somalia and the Somali people have no greater friends than you. The fact that we are all here in a collective effort to stem the danger of famine, which is becoming all too real for my nation, gives me the hope and the confidence that we can collectively mitigate the effects of the current drought. There are a number of factors worsening the effects of this drought. These include the failure of seasonal rains, the lack of resilience with regard to poor infrastructure and food security, and of course, persistent insecurity which limits access to the most affected regions. Taken together, these factors could lead to the grave risk of famine rearing its ugly face once again in Somalia and indeed the entire Horn of Africa region. If there's any need for reminding ourselves what our nation fears, it was only 6 years ago that our nation was crippled by the horrific cost of famine both in life and livelihood. The famine of 2011 caused the death of 260,000 men, women, and children. Allow me to be more specific here. The actual figure was estimated to be around 4.6% of total population of Somalia. And most heartbreaking of all, about 10% of all children population age of 5. As a parent, I can feel the deep pain caused to the thousands of parents whose children's lives were cut short. Now that you are all understand what our fears are, let me begin by starting that I have instructed all levels of my government to work with you to push back again the possibility of famine and mitigating the immediate effects of the drought. Ladies and gentlemen, the cause behind the catastrophic famine of 2011 are numerous and worthy of revisiting so that we do not make the same mistake again. In short, the cause can be divided into 3 parts: production failure, purchase failure, and response failure. The production failure can be attributed to the fact that the rain have failed. And I'm well aware that it will not be the last time. As it's often in this part of the world, drought has become all too frequent, and with drought comes the threat of hunger, desperation, disease, and death. Second, with drought comes the depletion in the purchasing power of nomadic families as they lose the only asset they have, which is livestock. Animals die in a droves due to the lack of water and grazing land. Third, our collective response to droughts and famine is insufficient, and we need to be better prepared this time around. Once famine hits, it hits hard and unleashed its merciless devastation across many parts of our country. Those of us gathered here today can either make the rain come, nor provide adequate water to keep livestock alive, but we can respond more effectively, and we must do so now. Simply because the Somali nation is threatened with famine, we cannot and must not wait.